Hello there, everybody, and welcome to today's episode of Turnbuckle Talk, where we're going to be talking about Dominic Mysterio versus El Hijo del Vikingo at Worlds Collide last night, as well as Friday Night SmackDown. So we had an awesome show between both the shows. I won't be covering every match from Worlds Collide. I'll only be covering the main event, just because that was the most interesting that people are going to be talking about, and I feel like that it would definitely bring down y'all's attention span if I talked about the whole entire show. But if y'all want me to talk about the whole Worlds Collide, leave it down in the comments below, and I'll do another review on it. But I've already rewatched a lot of matches from SmackDown, and man, this Friday Night SmackDown tonight was so good. Not tonight, but last night. It was so good, and I think that, obviously, I can't do my reviews the same night no more, because I'm doing these stats now, and I love doing the stats. I love doing stats because it makes it feel like more of a sports feel, like I know y'all have said in the comments of those. But man, it's so fun to do, but no more yapping. Like and subscribe because we're going to be doing these a lot. So let's hop right into it. Kick off the show. Brock Lesnar comes out. Definitely a rude awakening. We knew Brock was going to be there. We didn't know he would open. He comes out, and Truth comes out before you can even get a word. Truth says that he's out there to get his get back for Cena. So he's trying to get what Cena couldn't do. So now, Truth is saying that Cena's going to beat Brock. I don't know, Truth. That sounds like something that could happen, could not. I don't think that Cena should win. I think Cena should lose his first match against Brock, but I think that his retirement match, we don't know who it's going to be against right now. We know it's going to be in DC, but we don't know who it's going to be against. So now is it going to be against Brock? You never know. So I think that Brock is going to beat Cena first match. I think that's a given. But Truth is saying that Cena's going to beat him. We end up seeing Brock hit Truth with the F5, and that's the end of that segment. So, not much to get in there. I'm not going to get into the segments a lot. I really, really, really want to get into the matches. So, that's what we're going to get into first. We see Sami Zayn backstage talking to somebody, saying that it's going to be such an honor to wrestle them as his first opponent of his open challenge for the U.S. title. It cuts out to be Rey Fenix, and holy cow, what a match this was. Rey and Sami had pretty much an equal amount of everything stats on the sheets wise. I will go over to my Instagram because I did post Sami and Rey's match stats last night. So we're going to go here, and let's see. So, Sami had a total strike of 6. If y'all don't know, the strikes, punches, kicks, knees, elbows, stuff like that. That's not moves. Those are just strikes. Other hand, Rey had 15 strikes. So, Rey had Sami beat on the offensive side, but that's what you want to see. I mean, Sami was doing an awesome job at that. That's what you want to see. Rey's been off TV for a good while, or a couple of weeks now, and now we're separating him from Andrade, which is the perfect thing to do. So, we're obviously kind of starting to build up to a Lucha Brothers come together meeting. I mean, I don't know what I was going for there, but we're all ready for them to come together, and I think that's what WWE is looking for as well. And Sami had a total reversals of 8. So Sami had 8 reversals while Rey had 11. So Rey had him beat on every aspect of this match. In the end, Sami did win, but the total pin count for this whole entire match was 9 pins. That's a good amount for a singles match. But for a fast-paced match with the Rey Fenix and Sami Zayn, that's what you're going to get. So I was not shocked at all to see 9 pin counts come on here. I think it was a very great match. I went back and rewatched it this morning. It was just such a great to match. And the next matches were really blowing me away because it was something that impressed me more than anything. And that match was Tiffany Stratton versus Jade Cargill. Now, I personally was not expecting this match to hit as hard as it was. This match was way better than the SummerSlam match between Tiffany and Jade. I think that's a given. I think everybody in this comment section and watching this video right now can agree that Tiffany Stratton versus Jade Cargill 2 was way better than 1 at SummerSlam. It had so many key moves, and if you really, really, really will rewatch it and pay attention, I watched it this morning back because I was like kind of paying attention to it last night. I was really locked into it, but at the same time, I wasn't seeing every single move, and I love dissecting every move. That's just what I love to do. So going back this morning and seeing this match, it was so good, and it makes you wonder if we're going to see a part 3. I think the part 3 will not be between the two. I think it'll be Tiffany, Nia, and Jade. But I would be so fine if we get Jade and Tiffany run back. That match right there, last night, on this week's episode of Friday Night SmackDown, was super good. Tiffany brought out new moves out of her bag. Jade looked great out there. And this was the first time we've seen Jade go to that next level in a match. Now, you might be saying, oh, she had great matches with Bianca and Naomi. Yeah, but they really got to do what they wanted to do in this match, I feel. I feel that Tiffany and Jade went out there and just completely freestyled, and it was a good match. Personally, I'm rating this match an 8 out of 10. Now, Sammy and Ray, I think, hot take, right? Hot take. I think that Sammy versus Ray was not better than Tiffany and Jade. That's going to be a shocker. I know there's a lot of Jade Cargill haters on this page right now, and probably a lot of Tiffany haters too. But, I mean, you can't say that this match was not a banger. It was the best match we've seen out of Jade Cargill in WWE. Say whatever you want. I think it definitely was. But Stratton's strike percentage was 85%. She had an 85% chance of landing every strike that she sent. She also had 3 pin attempts, as well as a knockout count of 2. So she kicked out 2 times and pinned Jade 3 times. So overall, I think the stats are a little bit complicated to explain on the reviews, so I don't know if I'll keep doing these. But man, what a match it was. I know I don't want to go too much in depth because I know y'all are going to lose y'all's attention span. But what a match it was, truly. I think that overall, the match that we saw last night was a match that we're not going to forget. It's a match that you're never going to forget. And overall, it's just something that's so good, man. Having Nia attack him after the match, I wasn't too pleased with just because of how good the match was. But it's alright. It's okay. Then we see Nick Aldis leave his office and is immediately waiting. Chelsea Green is immediately waiting for Nick Aldis, by the way. I know I keep pausing here, but I'm super sorry for all these pauses. Holy cow, we are not on the same page today. I don't know what's came upon me, but I haven't done this type of stuff in a while, so doing these are kind of, I'm still getting used to them, even though I've done them for years now, but coming back to them, we're going to have to completely reset. But we see Chelsea wait and say that they're going to get that shot at the tag titles after Charlotte and Alexa at NXT Homecoming. So now Chelsea and Alba's going to get a shot at the tag titles. Not bad. They're obviously going to lose because Chelsea's more of a non-serious character, but it is what it is. We see Drew McIntyre make his entrance to send us to break. Then, during that, we would see Drew McIntyre versus Randy Orton. Now, crazy thing is we're already at the main event here. I didn't go into depth on everything that happened on the show because there's no reason to. But Drew versus Randy was this match last night was a match that I thought was going to be better. Yes, you're never going to see a spectacular match between Randy and Drew. The prime Drew and Randy feud was in 2020. That's whatever we saw Drew and Randy get to do everything they wanted to do in that ambulance match and the last man standing match. That's what they got to do there. But now we're seeing Drew and Randy not really be able to show what all they can do, and I think that's what's wrong now. But I do have the stuff here, but I have not counted all of it yet. So I will count it later, and I'll post it on the Instagram later. Or after I get done recording this video, I'm going to post all the stats of everybody from AAA and stuff like that. Because we still have a lot of stats to get out. This morning I've only got out Tiffany's because they're really hard to get out, by the way. I don't know if y'all know this, but I've had to go back and rewatch every match just to figure out if I got these stats right, because I don't want to put false information out there. But overall, Randy and Drew was a great match, right? But I'm kind of disappointed, right? I'm really disappointed because we never seen a good finish here. We saw back and forth from Randy hitting the RKO, right? Drew rolling out of the ring. Drew hitting the Claymore, Randy rolling out the ring. So it was just really back and forth the whole time. It was like a 50-50 split. Now, whenever you look at these stats later, whenever I post them on the Instagram, you're going to say, no, it wasn't 50-50. It definitely was. If you rewatch the match, it was definitely 50-50. But just Drew had the upper hand during the whole entire match. We see Randy really favor that left knee, which I think is horrible. Now, we'll probably hear if there's actually a real injury there, which I hope there's not. Randy is going on to his great moments right now with Cody and all that. We're really diving deep into this storyline. But as soon as Drew won the match, he gets out the ring and tries to do the same thing he did to Cody by kicking his head through the announcer's table. This is going to become something that Drew's going to keep doing, I fear. I don't care for it, but it is looking pretty cool, so, I mean, it's all right. As soon as he's about to do it to Randy, Cody Rhodes comes out there, and he saves Randy Orton, as well as lays Drew out and sends him off. So, now it gets announced that at WrestlePalooza, Cody Rhodes will be facing Drew McIntyre, so I'm excited about that. But, we already knew this information. Did I think that Cody was going to come back? It was definitely in the rumors. It was definitely something that was anticipated, but it was never something that I thought would happen. I thought that because Roman's away, I thought that Cody's still filming the movie, but he has been away for 2 weeks, so it is about time he comes back. But it's really good to see. I love Cody coming back. I love what we're going to see at WrestlePalooza next week. It's going to be awesome. But one thing I do want to mention, see what y'all are doing as well. Are y'all watching Canelo versus Crawford? I know that WWE is really promoting it, and it's made me want to watch it. And I got Netflix, so, man, I might just tune in tonight. I'm sure it's going to be on at like 11. The fight's probably going to start at 11. I'm not posting anything about it. This is just a little egg here that y'all can hear. But that's just a little bit what I'm going to be doing tonight, as well as watching Collision. So, going to be watching Collision, and then after, maybe be watching Canelo versus Crawford. I'm kind of excited. I want Crawford to win. I want Terrence to win. But either way, it's going to be a great fight. But tonight, just a little sneak peek. Now that we are done with the SmackDown review, I think that tonight we're obviously going to be seeing Collision stats. I'm going to really, really try to push those out tonight. But last night, I didn't get a lot of stats out. I only got Ray and Sammy because it ended so late. You know, we had SmackDown ending at 10 as well as Worlds Collider directly after. So, it was definitely a packed night last night. I think I stayed up till like 2 o'clock trying to get that out. So, very good night for pro wrestling, and tonight's going to be nothing less. I think we're going to have Collision at a great point tonight. I know we're going to see Daniel Garcia and Mox team up, so that's going to be really fun to see. I'm super excited to see how that does. But the last thing we're going to get into is Dominic Mysterio versus El Hijo del Vikingo. They had a good match, right? They had a very good match. I'm going to go to the stats here. I'm pretty sure they're on a good page away. Here it is right here. So, all the stats that I had down here was how many times Dominic cheated, and as well as how much control time El Hijo del Vikingo had, as well as how many attempted high-flying moves he did. This match, I was not... Okay, this is another hot take from old CZV here. I think that this match could have showed out more. I was definitely expecting more out of the match, but I think that if El Hijo del Vikingo heard what I just said, he would be completely agreeing with me. I think he would agree that he could have brought out more during this match. Yes, he did great things, right? He did awesome things during this match, awesome moves, stuff that me and you could never do. But at the same time, he has set such high expectations for himself that now he has raised my bar like this, and I'm excited for whatever match he does because he's so good. So a guy like Dominic, somebody that is doing great things in WWE, I thought that AAA and WWE, this would be the max combination where we're going to see an awesome match. It didn't really show out to me, right? We obviously saw, this is all the stats here, and y'all are going to see them before Instagram sees them. So, Dominic, he cheated 5 times in this match. 5. With El Grande Americano, with the Judgment Day, with the plate in his mask, and a few others during the match. So, boom, 5 times. Then, we see El Hijo del Vikingo. He attempted 5 high-flying moves. I was expecting more. I can't lie. And he had a control time of 7 minutes and 27 seconds. So, very good showing from El Hijo and Dominic tonight. Or, I keep saying tonight because I'm trying to trick y'all into thinking I'm doing this the same night. I'm not. But man, super good match between Dominic. Obviously, we did see Ray put the title on Dominic Mysterio after the match. I thought we were going to see a little 619 from Ray, but we did see Ray come out earlier in the show, and this makes me question, is Ray going to get back in the ring? I know there's been some false reports saying that he's done, but I don't know what to believe at this point until Ray actually comes out and says that he's done. But, man, I really hope he's not done. It's going to be a really... I hope that he can get a few more matches in with some more dream opponents till we still have current day. But even if he does retire, he's had an awesome career and nobody can take that away from him. But hope y'all guys enjoyed this. I'm going to be doing a lot more like these. These are just rambles, and we're going to get the stats out right now. So don't you worry. Go over to the Instagram, CZV_wrestling, where you can see videos as well as clips from this channel right here and stats from any pro wrestling show, whether that's some on the indie scene, AEW, WWE, and TNA. So Go check that out, as well as AAA stats coming later tonight or today. And I'll see y'all boys in the next one. Deuces.